Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti and this is episode 9 of the Battleship Brawl tournament. In this episode we have the Broadhead by myself facing off against the Cataphract by Cool J. This is the first time we've seen the Cataphract. It got some buys and placed in some later matches, so this is the first time we're seeing it. It's a pretty neat looking ship. I like the red and black motif. Got some distraction ammo racks back here. Good amount of propulsion. Oh, got it. Got the propulsion actually armored so that shells won't blow it off as easily from high arcs. We've got some good number of guns here. Look like we've got some secondaries here that let's see, what do they use? They look like they've got hardener and explosives, so probably penetration depth. Some smaller ones here. At least they look smaller. The turret's smaller. I don't know if the gun itself is actually smaller. Yeah, it definitely looks smaller. This one looks like it's pure HE. I'm assuming all four of those are probably going to be the same, and these are probably the same too. Let's see what's this double barrel gun up here. Looks like another pure HE weapon. Interesting. This thing has a lot of guns on it. That is, see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guns. That's impressive. The Broadhead only has 8, though the Sledgehammer has 13, and I think the Borg Cube has something like 11 or 12 or 13, somewhere in that same area. So not the most guns in the tournament, but still a high number. What does this thing have for armoring, I wonder? Let's see the outer layer here. It's got like 2 layers thick. It's also got some parts it's 3 layers thick, with the inner layer being stone. Yeah, this thing seems pretty well armored. It's got a lot of spaced armor. It reminds me a bit of the Redemption, how the Redemption was armored, except this thing is armored. It isn't eliminated yet. But it has a lot more weapons. So we'll see how this goes. I'm not going to do anything with the Broadhead because we've already seen that in a previous episode. So we're going to get right down to this and get this battle underway. Got both entries settling in the water, guns rotating around, acquiring their targets while they load. The Cataphract is quite quick. Interesting. Yeah, those are pure HE rounds. Those managed to blow off the front turrets before they could fire. That's quite the boon for the competition Cataphract there. I did not see how the oh yeah, so far the Broadhead taking the worst of it, 92%. Those guns getting knocked out in the very first volley are not going to do it any favors, but maybe it can get those repaired. We'll see. It's definitely got some holes in it. It's taking some hits. It's sailing off, but both of these ships rather fast and well armored. The Broadhead's armor is quite a bit heavier than the Cataphract's. That shell just skipped off the water like 3 times. That's funny. Now, Broadhead's getting a little bit low in the water, but it is not sinking just yet. Oh, there's some good hits. There are some good hits. Knocked out some guns on the Cataphract there. Cataphract down to 81%. The Broadhead catching back up now that it's landing some hits. Oh, it looks like it's taking some damage to its rear gun, so only its 2 HE secondaries and its middle penetration depth guns are still going. Oh, and those distraction ammunition barrels doing their thing there. We've got so many shells skipping off the water in this battle. It's pretty funny. But now this next volley from the Broadhead will likely do some significant damage as long as they don't do that and skip off the water. Oh, yep, we got another shell coming in. That was a glancing shot. Probably didn't do a whole lot. No, it blew off some armor blocks, but that's about it. It seems the Cataphract is slowing down now, allowing the Broadhead to catch up. Both ships doing their best to repair. Oh, it looks like the Broadhead is not. Oh, the Cataphract is AI dead. That is why the Broadhead stopped aiming and firing, because it ignores salvage. So yeah, round 1 goes to the Broadhead. despite that initial volley doing really well and knocking out those front two turrets. Like, that was, I thought that was going to be a deciding factor, but it seems the Broadhead was able to put out just... The repair capabilities of the Broadhead are pretty fantastic, too. I mean, just look at all those repair bots going. Anyway. Enough tooting my own horn. Let's get these guys spawned back in. And we will get the second round underway and see if the Cataphract can keep itself alive in this match, or if it's going to go down to the secondary bracket. Alright. Got everything spawned in. I wonder if the Cataphract running away like it did was intentional, because it seems like it exposed its weakest side doing that. But we will see if that happens again. Round 2 underway. The Cataphract does have a slight advantage in the Alpha Strike because it fires sooner, and it also has more guns. And if those explosive shells land like they did last time, they'll knock out guns, and that causes some issues. But nope, the Broadhead seems to have gotten its full volley off this time, but it is aimed mostly at those distraction ammunition barrels, which is why I'm thinking that this may be intentional, especially with the way the rear is armored. Because the Cataphract is just running away. Oh, those front two guns lost again. They tend to do that. But the other guns are holding up. The armor on the Broadhead is holding up for the most part, and allowing its guns to continue firing on the Cataphract. Oh, those were some misses. You're gonna have to land better shots than that if you want to win, Broadhead. The Cataphract's getting some good hits in. Like, that was probably, yeah, those hit rather well. Penetrated in, did some damage, but did not quite get all the way into the gun there. But it definitely exposed the gun, which could lead to some issues in the future. Let's see. Are they still firing at those distraction cubes? No, those are now dead. There are no more ammunition cube distractions on the back of the ship there. Let's do a damage report. Broadhead, 88%. Competition Cataphract, 97%. Those distraction cubes doing quite well initially at mitigating damage, making a lot of the damage, a lot of the shells from the Broadhead be ineffective. Oh, it looks like the Broadhead lost its side secondary gun there. Oh, taking some big hits to the deck again. But it's still fighting on, still doing good. The Cataphract's still pounding away too. Oh, it lost it's lost a lot of guns now. It's got the forward double barrel, and then it looks like two of the secondary HE guns are still functioning. Everything else looks like it has been destroyed. And those HE guns are not going to do a whole lot against the Broadhead with the way it's armored. It really needs those penetration depth fuses to be able to do significant damage. Unless it lands a shot straight on the... Oh, is it AI dead again? Yep, the Cataphract is AI dead again. Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if this is intentional or not, because it seems to be getting AI deaded really easily because of its positioning. It may be... Oh! It repaired a mainframe. It is not dead. It came back into it. It managed to repair a mainframe, and it fired some shells, and then the guns went forward again. I'm not sure why or how that happened. But the battle is not over yet. I thought it was done, but the Cataphract's repair bots managed to get some repairs done in time. Now it is back in the game for now. We'll see if it's able, but okay, it's got its HE guns firing again. So that is definitely a good thing. But those shots missed. The Broadhead is firing back with its own volleys, doing its best to finish off its opponent that it thought dead. Both entries at oh, well, no, that's not both entries. That is the Cataphract being AI dead again. Yep, and there it goes. It is despawning this time. Yeah, there's no coming back from that. That is it. This battle is over. My entry, the Broadhead, was able to tank through the damage, put out its own effective fire, and knock out its opponent. I'm not entirely sure if that constant fleeing was intentional by the Cataphract. It may have just been that when it was designed, it wasn't intended to come up against a ship that has similar speed, and because the Broadhead was able to keep distance close, it was never able to get outside of its minimum broadside range, so it just kept running away and exposing its backside. I'm not sure. Just let me know on the forums if that was intentional or if I'm right on my guess there or whatever. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I did, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield.